Okay, welcome to another class on advanced idioms and phrasal verbs. This is taken from a book called Advanced Phrasal Verbs and Idioms by Stuart Redman and Ruth Gaines. It's Oxford University Press, and these words are from chapter 50. Now, chapter 50 deals with some common responses. These are very typical responses that you hear, and they might not be familiar to you, or you might not use them very often, but natives certainly do. So if you say something like this, I've brought a map, another person, the person you're talking to, might say just as well. And what they mean is, if you say just as well, it means, well, this is a good idea because we will probably need a map. So just as well that you brought a map, because if you hadn't brought a map, we might get lost. Yeah. So yeah, be aware of this just as well. You might say something like this. I have my umbrella, and your friend says just as well because I saw on the weather forecast that it's going to rain. So this just as well means, well, I'm very glad that you did, because if you didn't, if you hadn't done so, then we would be in trouble now. Okay, look at the next one. Do you mind if I join you? Not in the least. Yeah, and this means I don't mind in the least. I don't mind at all. But we'll often just say not in the least. Yeah, not at all is another way of saying it. Not at all. Not at all. Yeah, and the idea is that we say at all, don't we, in negative sentences. I don't mind at all. I don't mind at all. I don't mind in the least. And they would be the longer ways of saying it. But we very often just say not in the least. Not at all. Okay, if somebody asks, how are you getting on with your course? That's a good phrasal verb, and it means progressing. How are you getting on? Very common for people just to say, how are you getting on? Meaning, how are you doing? How are you getting on? How is it going? Is another very common way of saying this. How is it going? Or how is your course going? That's certainly a good way of saying it as well. How is your course going? Or how are you getting on with your course? So far, so good. Yeah, so far, so good. Another thing to remember here with the so's is quite often I will say so-so. And it means 50-50. I mean, it means in the middle. So if somebody says, how is it going? And you say so-so, it means not bad. Yeah, not bad. Not so good, not so bad. That's how I'd understand that, so-so. But don't mix it up with so far and so far so good, because this means, well, until the current moment it has been good. Yeah, until now it so far has been good. So we just say so far so good. But yeah, so it means kind of not bad, not great. Yeah, so. Okay, is the exam difficult? No, there's nothing to it. You might as well say it's a piece of cake. It's a piece of cake. It's a piece of cake. So no, there's nothing to it, or it's a piece of cake. It means something is really simple. It's really easy. Okay, it's Sunday, so the shops will be closed. That figures. That makes sense. Yeah, this, I think this is quite clear. When you say something makes sense, it means it's logical, it's rational, it's what you would expect. But that figures. It's the same thing. That figures. Yeah, that's what you would expect on a Sunday. Okay, next one. Has the project been a success? Very much so. So don't forget that this so has a lot of different functions in English. And one thing that it can do is replace verb phrases. This so is replacing the verb phrase, the project has been a success. Yeah, and we're saying, oh yeah, we're saying here the project has very much been a success. Yeah, and it means it's yes, it has been a success. You are absolutely right. So very much so means absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, I've got Friday off. Lucky you. Yeah, and this I think is really easy. Yeah, aren't you lucky? You've got Friday off. But this is the word which I was actually more interested in, to have a day off, to have Friday off. It's a very natural way of saying I don't have to work that day, or I don't have to go to school that day would be the same. I have Friday off. Okay, will you be joining us for an early jog? No way. Yeah, no way. This just is a way of saying certainly not. Under no circumstances will I be joining you for an early jog. Perhaps you don't like the idea of getting up early and going for a run. I could understand that. So you say, no way. Certainly not. No way. Okay, would you like some cake? Thanks, but I'm full. Please yourself. Please yourself, as you wish. As you wish would be another way of saying it. As you wish. Please yourself. Whatever you say. Yeah, another thing which you might say here is whatever you say. Although that's it's a bit different, whatever you say. But please yourself means, you know, do whatever you want to make yourself happy. So as you wish is very, very similar. And please don't mix up please yourself with help yourself, because we do say help yourself and it's polite in English. You might be surprised about that. In your own language, it might not sound very polite to say help yourself. I've always thought that it sounds a bit odd, actually. Help yourself. You do it yourself. Do it yourself, yeah? So if you'd like another drink, please help yourself. It's a polite way of saying, if you'd like another drink, pour it yourself, yeah? Take the bottle yourself. Don't wait for somebody to do it for you. Don't be embarrassed. Don't be shy. Help yourself. Take the bottle of wine. Okay, I will tell everyone your secret. Don't you dare. This is very common. Yeah, don't you dare. Don't you dare do something like that. Okay, and I think it's clear that you mean don't even think about telling everybody my secret. Okay, if somebody says I read such and such in the newspaper, you might say what a load of rubbish, because it's 100% certain that it's going to be a load of rubbish if it's in a newspaper. So you might say, what a load of rubbish. We've got a few other mild swear words in England. Like in England, we say, what a load of bollocks. It's not very common in the United States. I don't think they know what bollocks are. But in England, you can say, what a load of nonsense, what a load of bollocks. But it's mild swearing that. I wouldn't do it, certainly not if you've got some kind of formal meeting with anybody. Don't use that word. But rubbish is okay. What a load of rubbish. What a load of cobblers was an older version. What a load of cobblers. What a load of rubbish. What a load of nonsense. There must be loads of others. What a load of nonsense. What a load of utter tripe. I can think of lots of them. What a load of utter tripe. Yeah, there are lots. But what a load of rubbish. I will see the dentist later. Rather you than me, yeah? And you're saying here, I'd rather you were seeing the dentist than I was seeing the dentist. You're saying, oh, that doesn't sound nice. Rather you than me. I'm glad it's you and not me who's going to the dentist. Okay, and last one here. You haven't tidied your room. Maybe this is a parent. And the teenager goes, so what? And they mean, you know, why would that matter? I don't care. Yeah, I don't care. So what? What does